Hello everyone and welcome to a new video of Your Polyglot Academy. Today we're continuing the series on how to learn French in 50 days with Essimo, and today we're going to continue with lessons 23 and 24, so let's go. Now first we're going to start with lesson 23, and as always there's going to be a dialogue, so please make sure to pay attention and to listen to the dialogue twice, and if you're ready to start, then let's go. Here's the dialogue for lesson 23.
23e leçon.
Comment réussir au loto?
Bonjour. Qu'est-ce que je vous sers?
Je veux un café crème, un croque-monsieur et 2 billets de loto, s'il vous plaît.
Vous pouvez jouer au loto en ligne, vous savez? C'est très simple. Et il n'y a pas de queue au comptoir, comme ce matin.
Je sais, mais je préfère venir ici. L'ambiance est sympa. Je saisis l'occasion pour quitter mon appartement et voir d'autres gens.
J'ai des clients qui viennent jouer tous les jours. Dites-moi, avez-vous un secret pour le loto?
Tout à fait. Je joue toujours les mêmes numéros. Tous se finissant par 4, plus le 62, le 43, le 17 et le 55, ma date de naissance, le 23, 12, 69 et évidemment le 13, mon chiffre préféré.
Avec ça, vous réussissez à gagner? Je vous applaudis.
Non, pas vraiment, mais j'investis pour l'avenir. Je vais gagner un de ces jours.
So, did you understand everything, or at least most of it, or at least something? I hope that's the case, and if not, here's the translation of the dialogue. So, it's the 23rd lesson, and the title is How to Succeed at the Lotto. Good morning, what can I get you? I want a white coffee, a toasted ham and cheese sandwich, and 2 lotto tickets, please. You can play the lotto online, you know, it's very simple. And there are no queues at the counter, like this morning. I know, but I prefer to come here. The atmosphere is nice. I take the opportunity to get out of my flat and seeing other people. I have customers who come every day. Tell me, do you have a secret for the lotto? Absolutely. I always play the same numbers. All those finishing in 4, plus 62, 43, 17, and 55. My birth rate, 23, 12, 69, so 23rd December of 1969. And of course, 13, my favorite number. With that, you managed to win. I applaud you. No, not really, but I'm investing for the future. I'm going to win one day. So this is the lesson 23, and of course there are some remarks on some new vocabulary and some new expressions, so let's get into them. Firstly, remember to always learn the preposition or adverb that usually follows a verb, particularly when the equivalent English verb does not have one. Here, jouer, to play, is followed by a if the object noun is feminine, so for example, jouer à la loterie, to play the lottery, and au for a masculine singular noun, jouer au loto, to play the lotto, and o with an x for a masculine or feminine plural. An example would be jouer aux échecs, to play chess. Now, the second remark says that the negative particle pas is followed by de, or de with the apostrophe before vowel, regardless of whether the following noun is singular or plural. Il n'a pas de billets. He doesn't have any tickets. Il n'a pas d'argent. She doesn't have any money. Now, on the third remark, the idiomatic adjective sympa is an abbreviated form of sympathique, equivalent to nice, pleasant, etc. Michel est une personne très sympa. Michael or Mitchell is a really nice person. Now, because the word is an abbreviation, it is invariable in the singular, but it takes a final S in the plural. Ce sont des personnes très sympas. They are really nice people. Note also that sympa is as imprecise as nice and just as common. Now, on the fourth remark, autre is an indefinite adjective, like tout, that is used to give a general description. Choisissez un autre chiffre, choose another figure. When followed by a plural noun, it is preceded by the partitive de, with an apostrophe. So you would say, choisissez d'autres chiffres, choose other figures. Now look back at lesson 16, sentence 1, and lesson 18, sentence 5, and you will notice some particularities. Now, on the fifth remark, dire, is an important irregular verb that translates both to say and to tell. The present tense is je dis, tu dis, il, elle dit. Nous disons, vous disiez, il, elle disent. Examples would be Samy dit qu'il est désolé. Samy says he's very sorry. Dites-moi votre nom. Tell me your name. We'll learn more about these subtle differences in construction later on. Now, on the sixth remark, tout à fait, all to fact, is a common expression of agreement or a confirmation, equivalent to exactly or absolutely. Êtes-vous prêt? Tout à fait. Are you ready? Absolutely. It can also be used for emphasis. Je suis tout à fait d'accord. I totally agree. Remember also that French does not use an auxiliary to add emphasis. So in English, you would say, I do like that game, to kind of indicate a specific emphasis, but this is not the case in French. So expressions such as tout à fait are very common. Now, on remark number 7, toujours comes after the verb in contrast to always. Nous jouons toujours au même jeu. We always play the same games. And whereas English makes a difference between always and still, toujours covers both notions. Est-ce que tu habites toujours à Toulouse? Do you still live in Toulouse? Now, on the eighth remark, the terms for numbers, figures, digits, and numerals are awkward to translate because the terms are not always used precisely. Thus, en chiffre, which gives us the English word cipher, refers to a written figure or a digit. Le chiffre 7 translates as the figure 7. And en numéro refers to a specific unit, such as a phone number or a house number. So you would say numéro de téléphone or des maisons. Now, to complicate matters slightly, there is also the word en nombre, which we will say later on. So there are lots of different cases, but don't stress too much about them. Just try to acquire them unconsciously. And now finally, on the last remark, second group verbs ending in ir are characterized by their present participle, which ends in issant. So for example, the present participle of finir would be finissant, applaudir, applaudissant, réussir, réussissant, etc. Example would be il choisit tous les numéros finissant par 8. He chooses all the numbers finishing in 8. And as always, there are going to be some exercises at the end of the notes. So this is exercise number 1.
Exercice 1. Traduisez.
Je suis tout à fait d'accord. L'ambiance dans ce bar n'est pas très sympa.
J'ai un client qui vient tous les jours à la même heure. Et il est toujours là quand je ferme.
C'est très simple de jouer en ligne, vous savez.
Nous jouons toujours les mêmes numéros, le 23, le 69 et le 13.
Qu'est-ce que je vous sers, madame? Un café crème?
And this is exercise number 2, where you will have to fill in the missing words. So this was it for lesson 23, and if you don't have any questions or anything to say on the topics, then please continue with lesson 24. Now, as always, there's going to be a dialogue, so please make sure to listen to it twice, and if you're ready, let's start. This is the dialogue of lesson 24.
24e leçon.
Je ne vais pas bien du tout.
Asseyez-vous, mademoiselle. Qu'est-ce qui ne va pas?
Je ne vais pas bien du tout, docteur. J'ai mal à la tête, mal aux oreilles et mal au genou droit. Et j'ai aussi de la fièvre. Est-ce que c'est grave?
En effet, vous avez l'air fatigué. Vous n'êtes pas en forme. Je vais prendre votre température. Vous avez 38. C'est un peu élevé. Maintenant, ouvrez la bouche. Fermez. Je vais vérifier votre tension et écouter votre cœur. Respirez. Vous avez une bonne vieille grippe, c'est tout. Je vous donne 3 médicaments que vous devez prendre pendant 8 jours. D'abord, un sirop. Vous le prenez 3 fois par jour, le matin, le midi et le soir. Ensuite, des comprimés. Il faut les avaler avec un grand verre d'eau. Et enfin, il y a une gélule par jour. Vous la prenez avant le dîner. Voici votre ordonnance et une feuille de maladie.
Did you understand everything, or at least most of it? Well, I hope so. Now I'm going to show you the translation. So it's the 24th lesson and the title is I'm not well at all. Sit down, miss. What's the matter? I'm not well at all, doctor. I have a headache, an earache, and a pain in my right knee. And I also have a temperature. Is it serious? Indeed. You look tired. You're not on form. I'm going to take your temperature. It's 38 degrees or 100.4 Fahrenheit. That's a little high. Now open your mouth, close. I'm going to check your blood pressure and listen to your heart. Breathe. You have good old-fashioned flu, that's all. I'm giving you 3 drugs which you must take for 8 days. Firstly, a syrup. You take it 3 times a day, morning, noon, and evening. Next, pills. You have to swallow them with a large glass of water. And lastly, there's 1 capsule a day. You take it after dinner. Here's your prescription and a refund form. So that was the dialogue in lesson 24. Now, as always, we're going to cover the remarks or notes. So the first one, qu'est-ce qui is an interrogative expression referring to the subject of the sentence. Qu'est-ce qui est important pour vous? What's important for you? Compare it with qu'est-ce que, which refers to a direct object. Qu'est-ce que vous voulez would be what do you want? Now this is very important because qu'est-ce qui directly refers to the subject and qu'est-ce que to the object or to the direct object of the sentence. Now, on the second remark, we know that aller, to go, is used to talk about someone's health. See lesson 1. Je vais bien, I'm well. The negative form, je ne vais pas bien, means I'm not well. To ask what is wrong, a doctor will say, qu'est-ce qui ne va pas? So it will say, the literal translation would be, what is it not going? But it means what's not right, or more colloquially, what's the matter, what's wrong. On the third remark, avoir mal, to have bad, is an intransitive expression used to talk about pain or discomfort. It is generally followed by ala or au and the painful body part. J'ai mal au ventre, I have bad to the stomach, which would mean that I have a stomach ache. The word order is often different to the English form. So you would say, elle a mal à la tête, she has a headache, il a mal aux pieds, his feet hurt. However, notice that there is no distinction between ache and hurt in French, so it would be easier to you to express your pain. Now, on the fourth remark, une fièvre, literally a fever, is used in everyday speech, generally with de, to mean a high temperature. Mon fils a de la fièvre. My son has a temperature. In a technical context, however, fièvre is translated by the cognate la fièvre jaune, yellow fever. Note also that the Fahrenheit scale is not used in most French-speaking countries, including Canada. All temperatures are in Celsius. So, when the doctor says, as in line 6, vous avez 38 de fièvre, you have a temperature of 38 degrees Celsius, the equivalent in Fahrenheit would be 104, it would be 100.4 Fahrenheit. Now, on fifth remark, the masculine noun l'air means the air. But the meaning of the expression avoir l'air de is to look like or look as if. For instance, Marc a l'air fatigué. Mark looks tired. Elle a l'air d'une femme très sympa. She looks like a very nice woman. And finally, on the sixth remark, the direct object pronouns are me, me, te, vous, you, le, la, him, her, it, nous, us, and le, them. Te would be you for singular person and vous for plurals. Now, in contrast to English, they come before the verb. So if you would say I love them, you say je les aime. So les is going to be before the verb aime. Nous la voyons is we see her. So la is before voyons in comparison to her, which is after see. Remember though that there are no neutral pronouns in French. So the last sentence can also mean we see it if the pronoun is replacing a feminine noun. So that is also something that you have to remark. And finally, if you don't have any questions or if you at least understood most of the explanations, please do the exercises to kind of internalize. the concepts you just learned, or the vocabulary. So this is exercise number 1.
Exercice 1. Traduisez.
Qu'est-ce qui ne va pas? Vous n'allez pas bien?
Le docteur Lefebvre a l'air très fatigué.
Votre température est un peu élevée, c'est tout.
Asseyez-vous, madame. Qu'est-ce que je peux faire pour vous?
Comment va votre fils?
Il est en forme.
And this is exercise number 2, where you will have to fill in the missing words. And as always, thanks for joining in. I really hope that you could learn with this lesson. And if you have any questions or anything, or any subject matter you would like to discuss, then feel free to leave a comment. And as always, have a nice day, and I will see you soon. Goodbye.